guns, I like guns, I like guns. Okay, here we go, day 4. I got up later this morning than usual, got up at 10:30 because we had such a big day yesterday at the shooting range, and then we also travelled from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, which is a 7-hour bus trip. So we all got up late and had a bit extra rest, and we decided to go over, sort of do the touristy thing, I guess. It's in Cambodia, one of the main things, one of the main attractions is the big temples in Cambodia, and they're definitely worth seeing, so we decided to go over and spend 3 or 4 days there, but I've been there before, so I sort of picked out the best 3 that I thought was the best 3 to see, which is Angkor Wat, which is the main one, and then there's Angkor Thom, and then part of Angkor Thom is also another temple, which is the Tomb Raider temple, which has been made famous from the movie. So we head off in the morning, and the first temple we came to was the Angkor Wat temple. We went up and saw all the main temples, and first thing that comes to mind when you see these temples these days is there's so many tourists there now. Like, it's changed. I was here. I was here last 3 years ago with the I Like Guns trip. Before that, I was here. I brought Jared here for his 18th birthday. So that was 5 years ago, and then about 3 or 4 years before that, I came here with a mate of mine, and that was right before the tourism really hit hard. And so we came back then, and there wasn't as many tourists as there are now. So most of the shots you're trying to get of Angkor Wat and the temples, it's a bit hard because you've got tourists walking everywhere, but it's good for this country, and this country runs on tourism, so you can't sort of begrudge them trying to make a living. And it's just different than the feel they had all those years ago, but it's still definitely worth seeing. So we went to that main temple. Now these temples are pretty old. I mean, the Angkor Wat temple was made in about the 12th century, and the other one, the Angkor Thom temple, which we went to after that, was made in the 13th century. So they're sort of like 100 years. Different kings made them for different reasons, and the Angkor Thom one was made specifically to make it sort of better than the Angkor Wat, because the kings like to try and outdo themselves. So these tombs and these temples got bigger and bigger the whole time. One amazing thing about the temples that you find, it's like this big sort of such big buildings, but no one ever lived in them. Like, there was no one there at night. The monks went and worshipped there. They're all just shrines and tombs for like Buddha, and over time they changed the religions. Times when they were Hindu for a long time, and now it's mainly Buddhist now. So there's a few Buddhist monks floating around the place. Now these temples, as much as they look like they'd be great places to live, no one lived in them, and they're just temples for worshipping their gods at the time. Then from the Angkor Wat temple, we headed down to Angkor Thom. When you go to Angkor Thom, it's a big compound area, like it's a massive area, kilometres wide, and you had to go through the main gate, which all the cars can drive through. We just walked through the main gate, which has got the faces at the top, and then from there we go to the Angkor Thom temple, the one with all the faces. We went up through there, and the sites there are really worth seeing, and it's sort of a bit mind-blowing to see what those people were able to make without any concrete, just all bricks stuck together, and all the temples are just great to see, so it was good. But it was particularly hot there. It was really, really humid all day, so after a couple of hours later we decided to go and have some lunch, and guys said we're going to the swimming pool to have lunch, so we thought we were going to a pool, but the swimming pool, as they so called it, was just like a big lake that's been man-made, a big dugout lake that's made centuries ago. And we went there, and as soon as we got there for the lunch was all set up, nice looking food and everything, and the rain just came down, but 5 of the guys just decided to go for a bit of a swim, a bit of a dip, and they just swam in the so-called pool. They said it was lukewarm, like they're actually in a spa, so it wasn't that refreshing, but they had a good time in the water. Straight after lunch, we went back to the last temple for the day, because we were just about all templed out. And we went to the Tomb Raider temple, and it was good to go there, but I remember going there years ago with Jared and my wife and my kids, and there was nobody there at all. There was no one in the temple at all. We just had the whole temple to ourselves. There was no structures built. Everything was just as it was, and now it's got like barricades around everything, and it's just completely different. But it's still worth seeing, and we got a few good photos there, and just went around that temple. And the one thing I forgot to say before, as we're going through one of the main temples, the Angkor Wat temple, I was just scanning around looking at different things, and I came across a Buddha, and surprise, surprise, the Buddha, when I came across him, he was the spitting image of Alan, one of the guys on the tour, and he's just sitting there, and so we came into the very good sculpture temple, the Tomb Raider temple, because it's just so popular now with tourists. One of the main things that you'll see when you go to most tourist destinations is...
No, thank you.
$1. $1.
Nothing.
6 for $5. 6 for $5.
No Buddha for me.
Yeah, $5.
That's all, they're good.
Yeah, $5. $5.
Are you buying anything?
Yeah, $5.
I'm good, thanks.
No, thank you.
$5. Okay, $4. So, okay, $4.
$18, not in.
Yeah.
$4.
Thank you.
Yeah, $4.
It just went from $18 to $1.
Yeah, for $1.
I'm tempted, but no
Hello,
thanks.
you need a $1.
It's good.
Yes, sir. Okay, $1.
People trying to sell you stuff for locals. There's a lot of locals there, and all their wares, everything you wanted, anything you wanted was all $1. So they just annoyed us and just kept on us until we gave them $1. In fact, they just wanted to sell us all their knick-knacks, and we just drove off on the bus with them hanging out the window.
So you have me one okay for egg.
One fit.
It's free, they promise. I give you try on.
I'm very fat.
It is fat to your size.
Give her $1 for being a funny person.
And from there, we just ended up back down here at the pool. So we're back to the motel now. We're going out for dinner tonight. But tomorrow's the big motorcycle riding day, so we're all just going to have a rest today and start on that trip tomorrow. But the guys back here at the motel, and we should be heading out. But all in all, the temples are really good. Great thing to see in Cambodia. So we had a great day, and there's plenty that Cambodia's got to offer just for your general tourism. Temples are great, but we're here more for the adventure stuff, the motorcycle riding and the garden, so we're going to do a bit more of that as the time goes on. So we'll see you tomorrow.